quickly, so quickly. This must be your first Sunday because we were not here last week, right? Can I offer you a hand? Can I offer you a hand?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And a beautiful way to start our morning, a little bit of sunshine to brighten up our dreary spirits this morning. Well, welcome to all of you. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. I am the Reverend Israel Buffardi. I serve as the associate minister here at this congregation. I'm honored to be able to serve on a team of very accomplished, very professional and very amazing colleagues here at this congregation. And I'm so glad that all of you are here with us too this morning, whether you are joining us online or whether you are here with us in this room or whether you are watching this service sometime in the future, appreciating and delighting in everything that it has to offer. If you're new to this community, a very special welcome to you. If this is your first or second time here, whomever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are from, wherever you are on life's journey, we welcome you here to this place. And if you are visiting today, I invite you to stop by our welcome desk after the service, if you haven't already, to meet one of our greeters and get some information, find out a little bit about this congregation, and to join us in the social hall for lunch. A complimentary lunch on us, a chance for conversation, connection, and an opportunity for getting to know this community and for getting to know one another more, a little better. And that goes for all of you, even if this is your 500th time coming here. I hope that you will come to lunch and you will meet someone, you will meet your new best friend, you will enter into a conversation that just might change your life. That is the power of being in community. And that is what we are talking about today, the power of community, the power of intentional community. Today we are exploring the power of what it means to be in community intentionally with one another, to create sacred spaces where we gather not just by chance but by choice, with shared purpose, with the purpose of growing and learning and finding a true sense of belonging with one another. We are joined today by some members of the Sophia Fahs Camp, an intentional UU community camp. And in many ways, I am reminded this morning that a congregation and a camp are not so different from one another. Both are places where we come together across generations to turn our attention to what's important, to worship, to share meals, to offer care to one another, and to explore what it means to live out our values. Both invite us to step away from the rush of our everyday lives and to step into, to slow down, and to enter into a deeper, a different way of being. one rooted in connection, in justice, and in love. And both are part of something larger, our wider Unitarian Universalist movement. This movement that we are all a part of that connects us deeply to our values and that we know stretches out beyond any place. And it unites us. It unites these communities across our country, across Long Island, across the world even, who share our commitment to a just, compassionate, and interdependent world. So we welcome these guests today, who will share their reflections of this unique and beloved community that they want us to know about, its past, its present, and its future. And may we find that since its founding, this camp that they will tell us about, the Sophia Fahs Camp, has been a place where children, youth, and now adults come together to experience what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist with other people. And that if you join them, that whether by a lake in the woods, around a campfire, or in song, or in the beauty of a shared experience, that you might find a place, a space, where people like us might find that faith is not just something that we talk about, but something that we embody together. Before I invite our guests to come up here and introduce themselves, I want to invite you all to consider some opportunities for getting involved further in this congregation, some invitations to community, some invitations to intentional being together. We invite you to join next Sunday at 1 p.m. The UUCSR Respectful Relations team, and this will feature Reverend David Carl Olson, Paul Carbone, and Jill Marcus for an initial workshop on understanding empathy. It will be an initial workshop in developing some language and ways of being around empathy that we will carry as a congregation throughout the year. We hope you'll join us for that, and we hope you will also join us next Sunday here as well for our jazz concert. It's Jazz in the Afternoon by the Gotham Kings, who will take us on a journey of sound that encompasses the story of jazz through rags, stomps, shouts, and funk. And now I'd like to invite our guests to introduce themselves to us.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ginger O'Neill, and I just have a quick announcement before the camp content that we're going to talk about. But I'm here on behalf of LIAC, which is Long Island Area Council of UU congregations. And we have a couple programs that we're going to talk about today, share with you some exciting new adventures. And one is the SAF program, the Student Activity Fund, is open for applications for any young congregant or daughter or son of a congregant who is in their senior year of high school or is in the first few years of college. And I think you folks already know a lot about the SAF program. You can come see me after for more information. The VEACH program generously funds this every year. We're so grateful to the VEACH program for helping UUs on Long Island embody our values and helping the community and sharing that with everybody. So that's my quick announcement about the SAF program, and later we're all going to talk about a Sophia Fahs Camp program. Thanks.
Please stand and body your spirit as we sing our opening hymn, number 1021, in your teal hymnal. Lean on me.
First, we have to light our chalice.
Oh, excuse me. I guess we're going to do a do-over. We have to light the chalice first.
Sorry. So we light our chalice with these words by Sophia Fahs, Unitarian Universalist religious educator. How do I light it, though? Okay, thank you. Okay. The function of the church for both young and old is not to give us on Sundays certain kinds of experiences, different from experiences of the everyday. The function of the church is rather to teach us how to put religious and ethical qualities into all kinds of experiences. Thank you.
And now we will join in singing our opening hymn.
Wait. Please remain standing, for real this time, as we say our words of affirmation and sing our song of affirmation. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need, this do we affirm and covenant with each other. Please be seated.
I'd like to invite you all to take a moment to ground yourselves in this room, in this place, on this beautiful, unique morning that is a gift to all of us. You may wish to take a breath, to feel yourself in your seat, to let yourself settle. And take a breath. And perhaps one more. As we gather here in this place on this moment, let's take a moment to notice where we are. To notice the way that the seat holds your weight, holds you up. To notice the strong wood that these pews, these seats are made out of. Taken from forests, from trees, grown from the earth. May this piece of our planet that you are sitting on be a reminder of everything that you are held up with, everything that you are sustained by. And may you notice this room that you are gathered here with. This room that you are gathered in with these people. May you look around and see this circle of care that you are gathered here with, that you are present with, that you are in community with. And to imagine yourself perhaps stepping into a circle, a place of gathering somewhere, that is deeply connected to this earth, deeply connected to all of the people that gather in it. Perhaps it's like a campfire. Perhaps it feels like gathering around a warm campfire, feeling the flickering light on your skin, feeling the warmth of gathering in with people that you care about, people who are here for you. Maybe you can feel and sense the canopy of trees above you, the sunlight filtering down through the branches. Maybe you're sat here on rocks or on little stumps of trees. And you're here in this space ready to share your story with these people. And you feel at home. And so take one more breath and feel and know what it feels like to be gathered in a circle with people who are here for you. Just feel the warmth of what it feels like. For the places that have allowed us to fully be ourselves, for the hands that have reached out when we have needed them the most, for the fires that have warmed our hearts, the conversations that have made us feel like we are held and cared and seen, and the communities that lift us up and support us. May we ever be thankful. And may we carry that feeling with us when we go from here, knowing that we may have more people to bring into our community and we have more communities to connect with. The spaces not yet formed, the people not yet gathered, the love not yet shared. May we open ourselves to those communities always. And if you need one more way to feel and express the warmth in your heart or the community that you are gathered here with today, now I invite you to come up and to light a candle for the flame, for the fire, for the love, for the joys, the sorrows, and the complexities that you carry in your heart.
Each Sunday, we share an opportunity toward living our Unitarian Universalist values in the world by acts of generosity. This month, our offerings provide support for the Littig House Community Center in Port Washington. Littig House Community Center is committed to engaging adults, youth, and seniors in a community network that strives to keep families strong, empowered, and connected through opportunities for leadership, self-sufficiency, asset building, and social activities. Listed on the screens and in your order of service are various ways in which to give. Please give as generously as you are able.
Draw the circle Good morning. I'm Allison Barish. My pronouns are she and her, and I am a 20 years Fahs community member. As Unitarian Universalists, like Reverend Israel just said, we build intentional community in many ways, in our congregations, in our small group ministries, and in the work we do in the greater community. Today, we're sharing a story about a particular UU intentional community, Sophia Fahs Camp, a cherished tradition within our Unitarian Universalist community. Sophia Fahs Camp has long been a place where Unitarian children, youth, and now adults have come together to learn, worship, and play in an environment that celebrates our shared principles and values. It's a place where friendships are forged, memories are made, and the essence of our faith is lived out in vibrant and meaningful ways. At camp, we wake up with the sunrise and sleep under the stars, feeling deeply connected to the earth. Our short journey through the history of this camp will be divided into 3 parts: the past, the present, and the future. May we be inspired by the stories of those who came before us, strengthened by the bonds of community in the present, and filled with hope and anticipation for the future.
Good morning. I'm Matthew Barish, co-director of Sophia Fahs Camp and Retreat. My pronouns are he and him. Today I want to share a story of 2 religious educators and ministers, born over 50 years apart, who shared a deep passion for the spiritual growth of children and young adults. Sophia Lyon Fahs, a name familiar to many of you, was a UU author, teacher, and religious activist who revolutionized UU religious education. Fahs' teachings focused on a method of experiential learning that enabled children to develop their own ideas about religion and spirituality. To honor her legacy, Reverend Randy Becker, under the auspices of Long Island Area Council, envisioned a 1-week intentional community of UUs with the purpose of fostering deep relationships among children, youth, and adults. In 1981, 3 years after Sophia Fahs' passing at the age of 101, this vision finally became a reality. The Sophia Fahs RE Camp was established on Shelter Island, New York, with 6 adult staff members and 42 campers. From these humble beginnings, the camp grew into a vibrant sleepaway camp, which at its peak welcomed over 125 campers and 45 adults. Fahs Camp created a safe haven where UU children, youth, and adults could come together to learn, worship, and play. The intentional community that was formed allows UUs to experience the world as it should be and not how it is, a place where UU principles guide every aspect of every day. Children and adults live in an interdependent community where justice, equity, and generosity is modeled from the wise to the young, and many times from the children to the adults. And always, at the center of it all, is unconditional love. It is this love that allows many adults and children to finally be their authentic selves, sometimes for the very first time in their lives. As time passed, Randy handed over the directorship of the camp to Patsy Kaplan, who led the camp for over 20 years, continuing well into her 80s, even as I joined as co-director. In 2019, after 38 years, it was time for Sophia Fahs to find a new home. Leaving Shelter Island was heartbreaking, but we realized that it was the people and not the place that made Fahs special and unique. We began our search for a new location and found new spaces, each with their own beauty, gifts, and activities for our people.
I'm reminded as I sit here that Shelter Rock has had a strong connection for many years with Sophia Fahs Camp, and I've seen a few old friends from camp since I've been here, and I'm just wondering if you have ever been to camp over the years. And I mean, I met somebody this morning who was here, her kids were here well before my 20 years ago. If you have any connection to camp, if you've been to camp as staff, if your children have ever attended camp, would you raise your hand? Holy moly, look at that. Fabulous, wow. So I'm talking about the present of camp, and we're here now today at Shelter Rock Road in the present with friends and sharing peace and music and internal community. An element of why camp is 1 week, but we look forward to it all year, is because there, now on Lake George, with the beautifully calm water nestled into the tall hills around it and the blue sky above, we are in the present together. Our toes touching the ground, campfire in the air, laughter of our kids fighting for that win in the scavenger hunt. In the present, we reflect on how camp has adapted and transformed in response to a changing world, including the recent shift of camp to an intergenerational model. We celebrate the resilience and dedication of our community as we continue to gather, learn, and grow together. The pandemic reshaped our daily lives, and Sophia Fahs brought our community back together, picking up the pieces together in community in the post-pandemic world. In the past, Camp Week meant that parents would drop off their children for the week, and now we are heading in a new direction. The idea for intergenerational Sophia Fahs was born. After a COVID hiatus, just over 50 dedicated campers came together for the first intergenerational week of Sophia Fahs in 2023. Transitioning from a children's camp to an intergen camp was an exciting challenge, and we rose to the occasion. For the first time, adults also experienced the joys of being campers. Hiking, tackling a ropes course, zip lining, and also benefiting from the summer camp, lifelong friendships, and deepening relationships. We worshiped, shared meals, sang silly songs around the campfire together, and created memories that will last a lifetime. Last summer at Silver Bay on Lake George, our intergenerational community grew to about 60 campers. This year we have room to double that. At camp, justice, kindness, and interdependence are not just things we talk about. They're how we live together in the present, with the starry sky and the shooting stars above us. The magic and the beauty of it doesn't seem real, but it is.
So I'd like to just talk about the future for a second. If we can all take a moment to close our eyes and envision what an intentional UU community looks like beyond Sunday mornings. What type of community would bring you peace and bring peace to your loved ones for 1 week in the summer? This is not just about camp. This is about the world that we're building together. And it's easy to see why anyone who's attended Sophia Fahs Camp is so dedicated to keeping it going and improving the quality of it to welcome others. It's a work of passion and of love. In addition to musical campfires with s'mores and bracelet workshops and lanyards and beads and an epic softball game, writing workshops, hiking, there's so many more memories to be made. And it's a sacred and a safe space. It reminds me of Ireland a little bit up on Lake George. It's just so beautiful with those hills and the lake and everything. It just, it gets me. It's a place where we can be accepted for exactly who we are in a dramatically changing world. And as we look at the future, we will envision how each of us can share our talents and invest our time into the camp and keep it warm, loving, safe, and inspiring. We continue to work towards exciting possibilities for programming with a commitment to accommodate varying physical abilities, young adults, and families with young children. In a world where our collective values and social justice may be facing challenges, where multicultural values, including cultural and religious tolerance, and our beautiful rainbow family members are being disrespected and targeted, we can come together in the quiet calm of nature, enjoying sailing, hiking, singing, worshiping, speaking of important topics that affect us all. We are inspired by the future, and we welcome you to join us. So if anyone would like to come up and share their testimonial of how camp affected them or their kids, I have a couple people that want to say something real quick. My daughters, Indigo and Simone, and Julia, Matt, and Allison's daughter. Come on up. And if any of you have any memories of Quinipet as well, this is a time to quickly share.
Hello. Okay. I remember I went to camp all my life, and I remember like during COVID when everybody thought it like ended, I was really sad because it was a big part of my life and like my summers, and I met so many people, including them. So I was really sad. And so ever since it started up again, we haven't had as many people as it needs to be as fun as it was. So we need more kids and more adults and people.
Me and my sister, we didn't start coming to camp until our mom like became the director, and when we first got there, we weren't like excited because we didn't really know anyone besides each other. So we didn't really talk to anyone for like the first 2 days, but then Julia and like a bunch of other people were like, everyone was so welcoming, so it was kind of hard not to talk to anyone.
Okay. Basically, everything is fun there. I didn't spend one day during the week where I wasn't having fun, whether it was like swimming or eating or just napping. I was always either napping with my friends, eating with my friends, or swimming with my friends. And I think that that's really the best part of camp.
And if the speeches didn't sell you, come for the food. The food is so good. It's so good. All right.
Good morning, everyone. You will see from my Fahs sweatshirt that I'm pretty passionate about this camp. My daughter and son both went. My daughter went from age 8 all the way through to the year before her senior, and she would not let me come volunteer because it was her sacred place. It was her special place. And then finally, the year that she was about to leave, she said, "I need you to see why it's so special." And I remember sitting with the other volunteer parents, and we went around the room saying, "Why were we there?" And this one gentleman said, "Because this is the closest to the way we all want the world to be." And the truth is, we lived that. It's not perfect, but the community, the older children helping the younger children, the tolerance of kids with lots of differences was so profound that it affected all of us. And I know that my daughter, to this day, she's now 26, she is a UU because of this camp. So I encourage you to come because I think all of us, no matter what age, and I have been a volunteer now, let's see, she wanted me to be 5 years. I think I've done 3 or 4, I'm not sure. It changes you. You long for it because it is such a safe and sacred place. Thank you.
So this is kind of unplanned. I wasn't planning on doing this, but as I was sitting here, I started to think about why it's so important to me. Very short story. My first day at Quinipet, the camp, I was ready to go home. I was done. And fast forward, I'm now one of the directors of camp. So, but what I realized for me personally is, I come on Sunday, I'm already part of this community, right? I walked in the door and I feel at home here because I'm with like-minded people. But it's so short, I have to leave. And so I don't really take off kind of the armor that I build every day during the week. It doesn't have enough time to leave. The same is true for our small group ministry that we do. It's short. It only happens once a month. It takes me time to shed all the things and all the armor and shields that I put up to survive in the world that we live in. But by day 2 at camp, I am finally who I want to be. I'm finally the person that is open and can share and talk and cry and laugh. And at least for me, that takes time. And it's one of the reasons why I look forward to that week every year, and why I spend so much time doing it. So I hope you will join us.
So I hope today that you have witnessed by hearing these stories about this beloved intentional community, that maybe it might be occurring to you why we invited these guests to come here. One, because in our world, today, always, and moving into the future, we will always need spaces where we can slow down. We can remember who we are, what we care about, what is important to us. But places where we can slow down and come together with other people who are asking critical questions about the world as well, who care deeply about how our values are enacted in the world. If we can't have those places to gather our strength and to know who we are and what we care about, and to open up and to talk about what is truly important, then we lose sight of who we are. And so that is what it means to be an intentional community with other people, whether you are doing it here in this congregation with each other, whether you are connecting in ways like you just heard described, that allow you to really tap into what you are and who you care about and what is important. If we can't find those spaces, we lose sight. So let us do it here. Let us find places outside of this community to do it with other UUs, other people that we share values with, other people that we want to connect with. And let us take lessons, too, from the ways that this community is asking critical questions about what the world needs right now and what kind of place people need right now.
We have one song called Magic Penny. If you've ever been to camp and you've experienced it, it's a participating song. So the girls are going to pass out some pennies, and the words will be on your screen. And then we're going to sing it. And thank you so much for your music. This has been such a treat. I was so moved by your music. Beautiful. Okay, pennies are coming.
Love is better if you don't refuse it. It's a treasure and you'll never lose it unless you knock on your door. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you'll end up having more. So let's go dancing till the break of day, and if there's a piper we can pay. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more. Love is something if you give it away, give it away, give it away. Love is something if you give it away, you end up having more.
Thank you for going along with that. And our closing words from Sophia Fahs. Life becomes religious whenever we make it so. When some new light is seen, when some deeper appreciation is felt, when some larger outlook is gained, when some nobler purpose is formed, when some task is well done.